we are live. Hey, everybody. It is Sunday night. It is Atop the Fourth Wall plays Mass Effect. Had to put off doing it yesterday because the Phantom Menace review is long. The script length is the same as the 600th episode. The episode itself will be shorter. I'm editing it right now. Right now, in terms of like just a pre-edited primary editing thing going on right now, it's about the same length, and as I go along, it's going to reduce down even more. I'd say it's probably going to end up being around hour 10 minutes, but still, 3-hour recording session yesterday. I knew I was going to need to conserve my voice, which is feeling just fine, plus I got Schweppes, so that helps. Anyway, tonight with me, we got Zen.
Hi everyone, I'm Zen, the greatest Pokemon trainer of all time.
Yeah, you caught Mew.
We caught a Mew.
And we got the game show reviewer.
Howdy y'all, game show reviewer here, and SKH Video Productions, that guy with the hat. Where's your hat?
It is over there actually, but I'm still in robe time because we're still in quarantine, and also because our heating system 2 years ago, it broke during the summer. That was a miserable week or so when that happened. So it seems to have broken again. No air conditioning, no heat. Good news is we're in the middle of spring, so while it gets a little chilly downstairs, upstairs it's really warm. But since it's like 70 degrees outside, you can just open a window. So we're fine right now, and we put in a maintenance request. It's just annoying. Why is everyone doing the what's up thing? This is not 2001 anymore.
What's up? Dude, what's mine say? Dude, what's mine say? Sweet.
Welcome back to 2001.
Early 2000s weird commercials.
Welcome back to Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
You know, Leon Thomas, Renegade Cut, just put out a video fairly recently talking about dated comedies, and it's a very interesting thing, especially with how the need to reference dated commercials and just how unfunny it becomes once you've separated so long from the context. Patrick Caulfield, it's weird after all the what the hell stuff in Since Past, why is it that the only thing on my mind is the fact that Vice's shade body had genitalia? I mean, didn't he transfer himself to a shade body?
Look,
he's fully functional!
What happens between Vega and Vice is none of our business. It was beautiful, complete. Don't question
actually,
it.
In the spirit of Since Past, I interpreted that as happening long before anything. Like right as Vice showed up.
In college.
Yeah.
Charizard 1, what's with the new extended theme song? This always happens. Every single time I have a special theme song for one of the 100th episodes, they're like, why do you have a full theme song here? It's because it's a 100th episode. I want it to be special, so it has a longer theme song during that one. Mind you, I'm thinking we are going to change out the theme song with the new lyrics because we have the updated lyrics now. It's not going to be in this episode. It's not going to be in the Phantom Menace episode because sadly, this is taking a while to edit. I don't have time to edit a new theme song sequence. Probably next week. Commander Grizzly, what did you think of the Batman 2004 series? I was not that terribly impressed with it. I liked the voice acting at times. I didn't like the revised origins, and Batwave was just goofy. Jeremy Adler, 2 quick questions. What do you do with unused footage for long episodes like tomorrow's? And any chance in the future of a video showing your comic collection? Just an idea. Comic collection changes out all the time. We end up selling stuff, getting rid of stuff. And frankly, I've never been terribly impressed with those kind of videos. I know other people like them, but it just seems incredibly boring and goofy to me to just be like, oh, here, this is a comic I have. This is another comic I have. That kind of thing. I just don't see it as interesting. It's just not my thing, and it's not the kind of content I want to produce. Now, as for unused footage, the thing is, most of the unused footage is just like alternate takes or dead space. There's rarely ever a time where I'm cutting out like huge swaths of content because we're on the internet. I don't have to cut things down for a specific time allotment like they do in movies and TV shows where you're limited by how much time we have. So we end up having really super long episodes like that. And that's and unfortunately that kind of thinking also has transcribed into streaming shows so that we have TV shows which have really inconsistent lengths. Star Trek Discovery and Picard had that problem too. And unfortunately it feels like because they don't have that restriction, they're leaving in stuff they probably shouldn't, or screwing with having pacing problems with stuff. And sometimes they don't know how to just, cut it down the way they should, and that's a problem to me. Gordon ZX, I was going to ask Jess this question, but since she's not here, I'll ask you this. I've been starting to watch AEW, so may I ask, do I need to watch the older episode to understand storylines?
Probably.
All Elite Wrestling, I do not know anything about that.
I mean, I don't know too much about AEW, but from what I understand, watching a little bit of PWG and WWE back in the day, a lot of these storylines, you gotta watch some of the old stuff to understand like what the Shockmaster was and whatnot. Like some of the new stuff, yeah, you can get it on the ground floor because I got into like Xavier Woods, but a lot of these storylines you really gotta get invested. But don't watch the WWE, watch PWG and AEW. Yeah.
Locuus, can you read that game? We're starting to get a bunch of them.
Yeah, I got it. Linkara, how come you always accidentally put the extended theme song in every 100 episodes or so? It's odd that it always seems to happen around that number of episodes. Is it something I am missing? Of course, that's sarcastic. 7 Seraphim 7, release the Vega cut of the reviews. Carl Detlinger, hey Linkara, what's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card? Mine's Karibo.
Paladin of White Dragon. I like the Blue Eye stuff, and Paladin of White Dragon is just a cool design. I like knightly stuff, and there's something cool about a dude riding on the back of a dragon into battle.
Charles Hard 1, Baby Yoda is the best Yoda.
I would agree with you on that. Plotpoint Media, do you think you'll review a bad Superman comic with Angry Joe? Also, does anyone else miss Spoonie as much as me? I would love to. The problem is Joe is incredibly busy with his own stuff, so we never have time to plan any kind of crossover like that. It was tough enough. We talk about this a lot on the Atop the Fourth Wall movie DVD, how much of a pain in the ass it was to get Joe out here, because he was doing the coverage of The Witcher 3 as it was being released in Poland, of all places. So we had to ship him from there back to Texas for a day and then back up to us. The fact that he was so energetic and ready to go still amazes me.
He's less of an internet reviewer and more of a legitimate game journalist.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, he still does the game review stuff, too.
True.
He does as much as... The thing with Joe, he does so much, and it's not like he's done any less. It's just he's improved.
It's just the stuff he does is so time-consuming. Sir Strawhat, what made you decide to switch from Master the Creator Dr. Crowdy for your title card art? It was a very difficult decision. You see, what happened was he changed his name. And I had no control over that personally, but it felt like it was just needed to happen at that point.
Why would you endorse Dr. Crafty? I mean Poyo. I mean Nurse Worse's caretaker. I mean watch Dr. Crafty.
Joey, it's not a super chat, but in your 700th episode, you can do a Spider-Man The Other, and now I know what you're thinking. Joey, you're still not over The Other? Nope, I'm not. Linkara hates One More Day, so I hate The Other. Rereading The Other, it wasn't that bad for me personally. If it's really that affecting you, I can't take away your own feelings. Personally, The Other is not that bad for me. It's just kind of meh, and really just feels like a big waste of time. Now, what we'll probably end up getting a review at some point... I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's a Spectacular Spider-Man storyline that exists solely to give Spider-Man organic web shooters. Where, this weird spider queen person or whatever, transforms Peter into a giant spider, and then he gives birth to himself. It's so weird and so bad. And its only reason to exist is to give him organic web shooters like in the Raimi movies.
To answer PS Xbox Classics, I think I saw TNA Impact a couple of times, but I can't recall because I don't regularly watch wrestling anymore because of the things that they did to CM Punk and Daniel Bryan and all the legitimate wrestlers who needed more promotion and did not get it. I think I saw TNA Impact once with Matthew Buck and Jess and a few other people, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it was.
And Ezim93 is asking, wait, I thought that was the other. No, this storyline gets conflated with the other because similar stuff happened in it. And in the other, he ends up like, after his body dies, he like sheds his skin and then goes off and heals himself. It's a weird thing. And he does end up with weird new powers that he never uses again after the other. That's why there's confusion, because they're such similar storylines. But it is not. It is not the same thing. The other is more about dealing with the idea of what if Spider-Man knew he was gonna die, and then he dies.
PokePlayer says TMNT versus Batman. Who would win?
The American people, because that actually happened. There are in fact 2 comic book crossovers between TMNT versus Batman and a movie adaptation of it. Phalos did a review of it, in fact. Gorn ZX, you have too many Bulbasaurs. That sounds like not a problem at all. It sounds to me like I need more Bulbasaurs.
Actually, I like what Lily says immediately afterward. That's a filthy lie.
There's no such thing as too many Bulbasaurs. In fact, Lewis is a Bulbasaur. If you watch my stream, Lewis has officially, in one universe, is a Bulbasaur.
Yes. Matthew Walton is the one where he gets stingers. Yeah, like I said, he gets weird new powers, including stingers out of his wrists for some reason. Like, even he points out, spiders don't have stingers. I think some species of spiders do have stingers, but it's such a weird and unnecessary addition that that they just completely, like, forget about afterwards. Anyway, I think it's time for us to play some Mass Effect.
Wait, we're actually supposed to play a game?
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
What?
I thought this was going to be a 2-hour long, Q&A session.
Pretty much.
You told me
we're gonna just after the 600th episode. I don't remember what the hell we were doing.
You told me we were here to catch more Mews.
Don't forget to screen share with us.
Oh right, yeah, it might be important. Might be a good idea for you guys to actually see what the hell's going on in the game.
Yeah, no, just a thought.
Just an idea. Is that the Mass Effect? Yes, it was. Start sharing.
I've heard mixed things about TNA Impact. Honestly, I'm kind of done with wrestling outside of some of PWG because Rosen shows it to me, but...
Okay, we're still looking for Liara's mom. Locuus, so anyway, space spiders.
Why is there always spiders in space?
Why are there always moon spiders?
Oh yeah, tripods. I remember these things.
Dudes, let's set these things up so we can stop the xenomorphs.
I prefer the necromorphs.
Jacob Lerma, how many Bulbasaur do you need to be happy? All of them. Max Hauser, do you have a favorite Alan Moore book? I'd say probably Tom Strong. Oh god, I forgot. We're in this maze area. I have no idea where the hell we're going. Clear that. Okay, I think we're going to this elevator, maybe? Or this
the elevators.
Cafeteria? Let's go back this way.
SKH Video Productions. Ever seen Avenue Q? If so, favorite song?
I've heard of it, and I think Vega showed me The Internet is for Porn years and years ago, but I don't remember anything else. I've never seen anything else.
Yeah, Internet for Porn is pretty good. I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot of the songs. It's good. Elevator music.
Everyone knows the proper elevator music is Girl from Ipanema.
So, off topic, I know, but I have decided on a goal for my Pokemon catching journey. We have broken time and space, we've caught a Mew, so now, after we finish everything, we're gonna get a team of all the glitch Pokemon, including the Kabuto skeleton. It's gonna be great.
This is a terrible idea.
This is a terrible idea, and I'm glad I thought of it.
Lily says, so, you're a space captain in the game again. How many billion are dead?
Not as many as you'd think. Oh, hey, that was easy.
Cutscene.
Oh, that doesn't look friendly.
Oh, space scorpions. Let's catch it.
Engaging target.
Arachne.
Wrong game.
Damn it. Get involved.
Max Hauser. I'm yet to read that. What's it like? I'm not sure reference to what though.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's referencing. Also, Everything is applicable to Pokemon. This looks like a Pokemon. I'm gonna catch it. That I kind of want to team with Bulbasaur's now. Well, hi, doggy.
Someone wants attention.
There's like no gravity in here.
Biology is not my field.
Speaks too soon. Favorite cereals from each doctor and least favorite.
Favorite cereals from each doctor. Okay, first doctor. I'm inclined to probably the Daleks or Edge of Destruction. I've only seen so many First Doctor serials, and I like Edge of Destruction mostly for concept and creepy atmosphere than for the actual events that take place in it. Least favorite, I'd need to see more First Doctor serials to have an opinion there.
Let's see. The Daleks, because I've only currently seen 2 of the First Doctor. My favorite was Tenet, was the spaceship episode where he rescues, I think, Martha.
Oh yeah, that one. That's a good one.
Eccleston, just this once rose. Everyone lives. Matt Smith, I need to rewatch because I didn't really like.
Matt Smith, the Pandorica opens.
Oh yeah.
I
The
want to
Pandorica
give more
opens.
opinions on him, but there's just like so many more super chats coming in, and I think it's gonna take too long. SKH, it's video
I
production.
agree.
Zen, don't let Missing No eat the world again.
Listen, it's not just going to be Missigno, okay? We're going to have Missigno and his 4 brothers, and it's going to be great, and we're doing it at the end because by that time our data is going to be set. But...
Sebastian Emin. Hey, Lewis, hope you're doing okay this week, and great 600th episodes on Sins Past.
Thank you
I meant
so much.
to ask, are you keeping that reveal with Vice and with Vega and Vice canon?
No, it's just a joke.
And then Commander Grizzly says, what do you think of Team Flare and Pokemon X?
Team Flare is in my opinion probably the worst team in it because they don't have a really proper ethos behind them. They're just, we're fashionable so we get to survive the end of the world.
Yeah, Team Skull is best team, by the way. And granted, I've only played Gen 1 and Gen 2 and a little bit of everything else, but, like, Team Skull's the best.
Oh, Team Skull is the best. It is most definitely the best.
7 Seraphim 7, Shepard wants the flamethrower. What? Why is there no flamethrower?
Shepard wants the what? PS
And
Xbox
PS
Classics, I'm making a DVD set of what's a good movie maker or DVD maker that's free or reasonable. Let's see, I don't think I have it installed right now because of the rebuild of the computer when I upgraded it to Windows 10. I think it's DVD Studio? I want to say it's a Sony product, but it's this DVD Studio program. Can't remember if it's free or not, but it's what I use for my DVDs, and it was pretty intuitive and pretty good.
I use Encore.
Goron CX, those things are pronounced Rachni. Tentacle spiders, gotcha.
Wait, not Rachni, like in Doctor Who? Or no, that's Ronnie. Right?
No, there is Rachni in Doctor Who. Turns out the Earth is actually hollow, and there's a giant spider in the center of it.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna have a field day when I get to that episode. For those of you who
got
don't
a while to
know,
wait.
You've got a while. It's another 10th Doctor one. It's only slightly less stupid than the moon being a giant egg.
Oh boy.
Patrick Caulfield, so is the next game after Mass Effect going to be less story-driven? I don't know why, but it'd be interesting to have you and Vega play either Lego games or Breath of the Wild. Yeah, it probably will be. The only other possibility is maybe a Fallout game, finally. Because once again, I looked at some of Team 4-Star's playthrough of Fallout 4, and that's just... And especially when they kill Father... And then you just kind of go nuts and make Captain Ravage a cannibal. I think at that point it is when the playthrough just becomes legendary.
Chaos Nightmare. Hey Lewis, here's my atop the fourth wall canon. Linkara is not married. He just got a ring and sober card thinks he got married.
That's entirely possible. We've never confirmed in story that Linkara ever actually got married. He's just wearing a ring.
He's married to Bafo, and I will hear no other arguments.
Married to Bafo.
Captain Adventure 93. Here's some money from the refund I got from taxes.
Thank you so much.
And
Mike Vitt G3, as someone who does writing for adult stories online, somehow the internet is for porn feels outdated in the current internet climate. Indeed. Personal logs, Administrator Tartakovsky, that is last time. No more will I use that transport carrier. 3 shipments we lose in Macedon system in 1 month. They are too stupid or too slow. If only Gregor still ran his shipments, he would get what I need and no mercenaries would dare to stop him.
wow, I didn't know that had Centauri here.
I wasn't a Centauri, I was Russian. It's
Sounded
Russian.
Centauri.
In Soviet Russia,
In Centauri accent is a little harsher.
True.
In Soviet Russia, package drop you.
Sir Straw Hat, first off, the Spidey storyline you're thinking of was called Under My Skin. Second, what do you think of the theory that the seventh sister in Star Wars is actually Barriss Offee?
Under My Skin, that's the name of it. What do you think of the series, the seventh sister in Star Wars, actually Barriss Offee? I don't know who that is. What you're referring to?
Plot Point Media. I am Bulbasaur, Cuckoo Kachu.
Max Hauser, ever read a comic called Spencer and Locke? No, I have not. T-Screamady, because the internet is really for cat videos. That's accurate.
Wow, there's a lot of chats today. Hello, chats. Thank you.
They're always welcome. They are always welcome.
You're always welcome. Thank you very much. Also, if you need more Bulbasaurs, this is a fact. Everyone needs Bulbasaurs. You need a Bulbasaur. You need a Bulbasaur.
Why are the tiny things going straight for me?
This place needs an exterminator.
What do you think we are?
But yeah, back on the topic of Doctor Who, I just saw the Daleks. I'm working on my script now. Probably won't be up for like a few months because of health issues and whatnot. Yay, health issues. But yeah, the Daleks is fun. The Daleks is fun. The more I learn about the behind-the-scenes stuff, though, I'm like, I'm amazed that Doctor Who got through the 60s.
Yeah. The roof and comes.
I like that. How do they know I'm the protagonist? Chaos Nightmare. You want a weird comic I found? Jughead, The Hunger versus How do you pronounce that? Vampronka?
Vampironica.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole horror Archie thing going on right now. Henrik Henriksen, what's your thoughts on the 2016 Ghostbusters movie? I overall enjoyed it. It has its problems. It's probably my least favorite Ghostbusters movie, but there's only 3, so I have limited options. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people still say it is, but it's not especially great. It's just what it is. There are things I like about it and things I dislike about it. One of the big problems I think about it is that it's one of those movies where a lot of it is improv as opposed to scripted comedy, and as a result, the improv jokes just keep going and they won't stop. Like they don't know when to end the joke, and as a result, it stops being funny after a while.
There are some really cool bits, though. I love the fight at the end, especially when she licks the gun. I'm like, that's badass.
Gormsy X, why does KSD1 hate the grenades doesn't work that way, or anything doesn't work that way joke? Okay, let me put it, because they only be... Okay, you ever seen the episode of The Simpsons? It's an early one, the I didn't do it boy thing? It's when... When someone is only known for one catchphrase repeated ad nauseum, that's the only thing they're known for. It's annoying, it's terrible, and it undermines them for any of their own stuff that they want to do.
Carl Detlinger, upload more cat videos, Linkara. Also, do you have any issues writing scripts or any tips?
Any tips for writing in general?
Yeah, I guess so. That it's weirdly scripted.
Just take your time, especially if you don't have a set schedule. Get into a rhythm, and when you're on a good kick, just try to keep going with it. Everything is broken here.
Max Hauser, think Fables will Sunday strip characters? Will Spencer and Locke being Calvin and Hobbes analogs?
I would not know.
Cashew,
Kyoji
Kashu, sorry. Would you prefer to have our German Shepherd here or John Shepherd? Also, Meredith?
German Shepherd. As much as I like John, German Shepherd is a lot more competent than John Shepherd.
Sebastian, I'll fight you on that. Sebastian Edmund, you looking forward to Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Oh, hell yes, it looks good.
Yes and no. Because I fear it's going to be... This is a problem even with 2016 Ghostbusters. Not as much, but a little bit. A lot of these kind of nostalgic things just basically want to rehash the first one all over again. And basically just like, hey, more stuff that reminds you of the first movie. Just keep doing that over and over again. Nothing new. Say what you will about Ghostbusters 2, and I've said a lot already, but there's no callback jokes in it. It's not like we're repeating a joke again from the first movie. They just created original material and kept and like as if it was like Ghostbusters Part 2. It's like the continuation.
I agree with that. 7 Seraphim 7. The internet is for ponies. Accept the friendship of the magic of friendship.
This is gonna be really interesting to see if the next generation of ponies becomes as popular. You're going the right way, Linkara. You're going backwards now. Okay, let's try again.
The Silent Gray. Do you think Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord?
No, and in fact, I briefly addressed the Darth Jar Jar theory in the episode.
Captain Avenger 1993. Also, may the Fourth be with you, Linkara.
And with you.
Max Hauser. I meant to write with, not will. Sorry. And Gordon ZX. I don't watch that much Simpsons episode.
Simpsons did it.
Jacob Lerma. I love all 11 Star Wars movies. Good on you.
All 11.
Well, yeah, it took me a second to think, like, are they leaving one out? No, they're not. That includes Solo and Rogue One.
Well, yep. What about the Christmas special?
Here we go. I thought this thing wasn't working. Anyway, that's not a movie, though.
Yeah.
Ewoks, Battle for Endor.
Exit Core? No, well, okay, not that, then.
That's not a movie either, is it?
The what?
The Ewoks Battle for Endor?
Well, TV movies. Okay, here we go. It's memory access. Attempt manual reactivation. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear God.
Transfer module stack to core 2 or 3 to reactivate. Press escape to exit. Okay, Huh.
Jim Radloff. Clone Wars was released theatrically. It was a movie. You know what? You got a point.
Unfortunately, you have a point.
Damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor, not a Clone Wars.
Lily says, getting Elite Force flashbacks here. Why do they keep sending you to fix things?
Because he's the only one who knows what he's doing. I am the only competent one on this ship, and there is no Beesman here.
Shut down? How does this work? I want to do it before I waste 100 Omni Gel. Okay, it's Towers of Hanoi. Okay,
You can't put a lower module below a higher one. Okay.
You don't need to hear me sing today, PS Xbox. I've been... let's just say I haven't had the best week for breathing health, and my joints and my back and my knees and my chest have been going through some things this week. I was in the hospital like right before the 600th episode live stream, so I'm not risking that much. I haven't even recorded anything this week.
And my excuse is I'm tired.
I've been trying to take it easy. My cat has not made it easy on me, but I'm trying to take it easy.
I'm not trying to...
Alan, you gotta stop saying JK. You will be muted. I hope I get to feeling better too, Neo. I really need to. I need to get, like, I'm taking ibuprofen, I'm taking acetaminophen, but and yeah, the doctors don't know what happened. It just, there's something wrong with my bones.
Let's try this one more time.
Jacob Lerma, funny thing about the Ewok special, I saw the cover, I thought it was Star Wars Episode 0. The kids on the cover, Kid Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon and Yoda. Max Hauser, I recently heard that Asbar was going to be written by, how do you pronounce that? Jeff Loeb?
Yes.
Yep. Boy, would that have been completely different. Probably would have sucked less. DWP 102589. Thoughts on current season of Rick and Morty?
Overall, liking it. I know the new episode is actually supposed to start up tonight. The final set, the next set of it.
And Sir Straw Hat, what do you think of the current debacle involving a certain anticipated video game? I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to ruin anything for anyone.
I don't even know what game you're talking about, so I can't tell you.
And the Silent Gray, gonna do a comic review on Phantom Menace soon?
Yeah, Monday.
Looks like you're trying to restore this facility. Would you like help?
All right, we got Space Clippy. Does anyone remember? How many of you actually out there in the chat remember Clippy?
I do.
I do.
Yeah, we're old. How many? Because I'm curious. How many in the chat remember Clippy, or if you're old enough to know Clippy? Sebastian Emond, may the 4th be with you, Lewis. I'm going to be bringing binging Clone Wars by Gendy Tarkovsky. Nice. I remember
canon.
Clippy.
Jess remembers Clippy.
Yeah, I'm curious about the age group of these people.
Yeah.
Henriksen, I find it weird that for as much as the Star Wars Holiday Special is normally viewed as not canon, it still has elements that are canon, like Chewbacca's family. His wife is apparently still in canon. The office
Clippy
assistant?
is the devil.
Apparently, everyone still remembers Clippy. Either that or your age group is going up. Oh,
True dat, yo.
wait, we got a 19-year-old.
And
All
now we're
You're the virtual
94 baby, and I know
intelligence that
Clippy.
runs this place? This system is monitored to respond to the name Mira. May I ask your name?
Commander Shepard, I work for the Citadel's Special Tactics and Reconnaissance.
One moment, please. Council authority confirmed. You are entitled to secure access of all systems.
Sir Straw Hat says he was referring to The Last of Us 2.
Secrets require privileged access.
I didn't know there was controversy
Privileged
around that.
access is only
There
available
is.
to binary helix
I don't want to get
executors.
into it.
This system is ready to
Just
process
as God, it
queries.
even sounds like
You may
Clippy.
access me at any holographic interface within Peak 15.
And I'm gonna up the volume a bit on the game. It's a little quiet.
Oh boy, Clippy was never helpful.
Clippy just wanted to help.
You know, you can't fault Clippy for what he wanted to do.
I see you're trying to take over
I know
the world.
Clippy, and I was so happy you made that joke.
I see you're trying to take over the world. Can I help?
Where's Blofeld?
Find Matriarch Benezia.
Lady Benezia departed on the passenger tramway to the Rift Station subsidiary labs. User alert. The tramway system is currently inoperable.
What's the situation here?
One moment, please. Diagnostics in progress. Critical failure.
Lone
Main
Wolf,
reactor shutdown
this is
in
for
accordance
tomorrow. I
with
like the
emergency
prequels, and may the
containment
force be with you all.
Thank you so much.
Manual restart required.
And also with
Failure.
you.
Landline connections are disabled.
All of us
Passenger
heard that in our
systems
heads.
are offline.
Every single one of us.
Report complete. Do you have an additional system status?
Every
query?
single time they said, may the force be with you, mentally, and also with you.
Goddamn religious cults.
I mean, when you think about it, the Jedi.
It is a religion. They call it a religion right there in the movies.
There are actual practitioners of the Jedi. There's some that more than actual religions.
True,
Right to you, my legs are feeling I'm not allowed outside.
Oh yeah, landlines. I still have one.
Do Jedis violate the Prime Directive?
On a
The holiest of
daily
religions, the Prime
basis.
Directive.
Blessed are the midichlorians.
Blessed be the midichlorians.
Originally,
Tinkerer, the real
yes,
question is, who
I know.
remembers Bob? Was Bob the purple monkey thing?
Do you remember Jeeves? Anyone remember
Oh,
asking Jeeves?
Jeeves!
I remember Ask Jeeves. I never used it.
You remember Alta Vista?
Oh, I remember Alta Vista.
You'll die.
Jess says if I go outside, I'm gonna die because apparently everything's wrong with me.
Ah.
The purple monkey was Bonzi. Okay, Windows Bob. I do not know Windows Bob.
I've heard of Bob, but...
Tell me what happened here.
All right, let's see what happened here.
I'm sorry, but I need a more specific query.
I need a more specific query.
The creatures we've encountered here, did they come from the labs?
I'm sorry, Commander. Inquiries related to our research require privileged access. Only executives of Binary Helix have that level of clearance.
Tinkerer, Bob is essentially Clippy the operating system. Ugh. Alta Vista, for those who don't know, was a search engine. Very popular one, at least the one, the one I used forever, even while Google was still around, started coming around, and everyone was using Google, I was still using Alta Vista. Then eventually I settled on Google because Google was giving me results that Alta Vista was not.
I don't remember why I switched to Google, but I remember Alta Vista was my search engine of choice. Netscape was also my navigator of choice.
Netscape is how we started out. Eventually Internet Explorer became it. Now I'm on Edge.
Windows ME, that's your first problem.
Ooh, ME. I had ME at the time. At the time I had ME, I actually thought it was the best thing ever, even though it blue screened every 5 minutes.
Criminy. Anyway, final logs for
Tell
this
me
place.
what occurred immediately before you shut down.
Stage 1 alert issued at Hot Labs. Contaminants released from Laboratory Pod Gamma. Emergency protocols implemented. Stage 2 alert issued at Hot Labs. Isolation tube breached. Tram shut down. Landline to Hot Labs disconnected. Stage 3 alert issued locally. Contaminants in tram tunnels. Station shut down and evacuation
You're
initiated.
done with the stream.
Code
You can go
Omega
back to the
sent.
living room. We're done.
Jacob Lerma, I view Star Wars The Clone Wars movie, Clown Wars, actually that's even better, as a TV pilot, not a movie.
It sort of is.
You're not wrong.
Bridget Lee saying I was interrupted with sorry.
I'm sorry, Commander. Inquiries related to our research require privileged access. Only executives of Binary Helix have that level of clearance.
And what you were saying?
Bridget Lee saying I got interrupted. Catholic Church uses "and with your spirit," not "also with you." Yes, I knew that.
They changed it on me just for you, John.
Just for the reboot. Tones the Geek, hey Linkara, I've reached that point in quarantine. I begin to watch Star Trek Discovery. Surprisingly, despite the bad design choices, I'm actually enjoying it. Have I lost it, or is it really not that bad?
Yes.
There's good things about it, and there's bad things about it. For me, the biggest hang-up is the aesthetics, which are very clearly more about the 2009 Star Trek movie, which is more like a Star Wars movie and all about flashy, showy, over-the-top special effects and camera work than they are about telling a good story. And the story is not that great.
At least,
I mean, it's not terrible. It's not the worst, but I actually like the arc that, since I don't know how far you are in it, there's an arc in the middle of it that I actually really enjoy that most people hate.
I like that arc too.
DWP 102589, thoughts on Doctor Who: The Timeless Children was okay to me. That's the problem for me. It was just okay. The revelation was
Spoilers.
Which is why I'm not saying the spoilers. The revelation of it was meh, and the overall story was just kind of like, we're doing this again? Come on. Because we've done this for like 2 other finales now.
Sir Straw Hat, contaminants in the tram tunnels, and suddenly it's Half-Life.
Oh, goody. All right.
Are we
is there
finally
anything
getting
else?
Half-Life
Let's check
3?
out her shutdown, and then we'll continue on our way.
Why were you taken offline?
In the event, Peak 15 must be sterilized for security purposes. My program and data are purged.
They kill you if something goes wrong?
My systems are permanently disabled. To be killed, I would need to be alive.
You must be
I am a
deleted.
database
Delete.
I got Starfire down here who wants attention, so we're going to have a quick cat break here.
Cat break!
If I can get out of I was hitting the wrong control. Starfire.
My favorite lightsaber color is green.
My favorite is purple. and I'm probably gonna get Ghost of Tsushima, but I need to finish Demon Souls first. Right now, though, I am playing Destiny, and it has problems, but it's good, mindless fun for the week where everything on me decided to break. Everything decided to break. I'm out of warranties, guys. Like, seriously.
My favorite lightsaber color is slightly transparent. In Jedi Academy, we hacked. We had mods for that back in the day that we like added in like different lightsaber colors. So we added in like black and white, except white was more like this slightly transparent, kind of like the dark saber. Not the dark saber. I don't know what it's called. It's in like Clone Wars, I think. I don't know. The Mandalorian kill saber whatever thingy.
Those.
I have not
I
played
know
Pirate Warriors 4 yet. No spoilers. And I have tried turning myself on and off again. I've used NyQuil like 3 times in a row.
Clarifire's playing with a bottle cap over just at a camera shot. She has picked up the bottle cap and is running away.
I would strongly recommend not turning yourself off and on again. If you turn yourself off, there's a high probability you won't be able to turn yourself back on.
Well, that's why I went to the hospital in the first place.
Jacob Lerma, why do people want Half-Life 3? Did Half-Life 2 end in a cliffhanger? I did not play Half-Life 2 or 1.
I think Half-Life 2 did end in a cliffhanger.
Yeah, and also Half-Life 2 Episode 2, which is a continuation, also ended on a cliffhanger.
Okay, that was called the Darksaber. I was confused because Darksaber is also the title of a book, which I had a book on tape of this book called Darksaber, and the Darksaber was like a stupid, crappy Death Star. It was like a miniature Death Star that was built by the Hutts or something, or it was one of those Empire projects because they make like 50 gajillion of those. That like was a prototype or something, and like the Hutts get a hold of it.
Yeah, in the new canon, the Darksaber is just quite literally black and it glows white.
And frankly, that's a better Darksaber idea than the dumb book about the Darksaber weapon. Because why the hell would you call it? Why the hell would you call it Darksaber? It's not a saber. It's a freaking Death Star gun. God, the Sith have just like this obsession with planet destroying weapons. Robert Wilson, I played the original Final Fantasy VII before the remake. Have you played it before? What'd you think about it? I never played Final Fantasy VII. My biggest experience with it has been Machine Abridged, which I did the classic role of Choco Bill.
Oh, he's a classic. Yeah, you betcha.
Yeah. And the thing is, for me, Final Fantasy VII, for the longest time, was just this awesome series of commercials on the Sci-Fi Channel during Mystery Science Theater, where they would, were like, 2,500,000 animators and people creating this legendary game as like this pullback on a city or something like that. It's like, it was really impressive back in the day. It has not aged well. Anyway, more super chats while I log out here.
There's so many super chats. But there's a lot of people who say Final Fantasy VII is greatest game ever. And now I think of it as the Popeye ARM
in accordance with emergency containment procedures.
The graphics have not aged well.
Restart required.
Okay. Let's see. Tones the Geek. Follow-up. Finished Season 1. Mirror Universe arc was actually fun. Almost wish we had a series all about that. Basically, Star Trek Warhammer 40,000. Sorry.
I missed that one. What did they say?
Finished Season 1. Mirror Universe arc was actually fun. Almost wish we had a series all about that. Basically, Star Trek Warhammer 40,000.
I really don't want to be following the fascists as protagonists. There was a fun 2-parter in Enterprise where we spent 2 days on board where we spent 2 episodes on board Mirror Universe stuff. It was fun fan servicey stuff, but I wouldn't want to spend an entire season with these people.
I agree. Mike Manhattan, the actor who played the main character in Jedi Fallen Order, played Joker in Gotham, meaning we have 2 Jokers in the Star Wars universe.
Emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Goran ZX, as for your super chat, that's something I've already answered. You probably should rewatch like older episodes of AEW if you want to see the storyline. That's the thing.
Do you know why the reactor?
7 Oh, sorry.
Turn off the heat.
Go on.
The cold puts
oh no, we're in the middle of a cutscene.
Nice.
That's the thing is, it keeps talking and I can't hear you guys.
Oh.
I don't know how to manually restart the damn thing.
Tell me what happened here.
I'm sorry, but I need a more specific query.
Let's see, 7
That's all I
Seraphim,
need
7.
right now.
The
Very
Dark
well,
Saber, the
Commander.
super weapon's so
Logging you
bad,
out.
it wrecked
User
itself without
alert.
without
Main
anyone
reactor
having to
shut
do
down in
anything. And
accordance
yes,
with
it was a Hut
emergency
who tried,
containment
who
procedures.
hired the cheapest
Manual
labor possible
restart
to build it,
required.
hence destroying itself.
And yes, Nihilus, I have
User
tried
alert.
reinstalling
Landline connections are
breathing.exe.
disabled.
It refuses
Passenger
to work
trams are
every
offline.
other week. I'm trying.
Someone said that there's a they're looking at doing a series with Ahsoka Tano and Sabine Wren looking for Ezra. I would watch the hell out of that.
Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency.
God, it won't shut up this thing that I turned up the audio so we could hear people, but now I think I'm gonna have to turn it back down again if it keeps us up because I can't hear you guys talking.
Oh boy. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Okay, I wasn't
User
saying
alert.
nothing important.
Main reactor shut
Yeah.
down in accordance with
My
emergency
opinion on Voltron
containment
is that
procedures.
it's
Manual
Power
restart
Rangers
required.
in space, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn down the volume again until we can
I
get
haven't
the core
seen
back
Voltron.
online.
Yep.
Zen, you want to see if you can find Patrick Caulfield's?
Oh god, there were so many super chats.
Yeah,
It was
I know.
going fast today. I'm looking, Patrick. Hold on.
Oh yeah, the Sun Crusher.
Patrick Caulfield, feel free not to answer. I once accidentally said, sorry due to a trans... Okay, that's your first problem. You say trans person. Trans is an insult. Like, just say trans woman, trans person. Otherwise, it kind of makes us feel like an object that I couldn't see right away, and I got yelled at,
Main reactor
and even
shut
called a
down in
scumback
accordance with
who
emergency
should die,
containment
felt conflicted,
procedures.
wondering what do you do. Here's the thing. I don't think dude, like, I think dude is dude is gender neutral in my book, but if you don't like dude, then you should, like, say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't, there should be a discussion, because, like, just generally responding with, oh, you're not being, you're being bad, like, there needs to be a dialogue. You can't immediately jump to that. So there's bad things on both sides. Also, again, do not say a trans, say trans person, please.
7 Seraphim 7. Follow this path. Down here is the manual restart for the reactor. Landline is up the elevator behind the Clippy core. Save often. The elevators in here can bug out and trap you.
Oh, good.
My favorite wrestler is The Undertaker. I mean, is there any other wrestler? I mean, maybe John Cena, but you can't see him.
Zen, you better not have started Star Trek 2 without us yet.
I haven't started season 2 yet. I'll let you guys know when I've started season 2. The next thing, once I finish the Dalek script, is Kamen Rider Double, and then I'm gonna work my way back to that. It's okay, Patrick. I will take your apology. Just please don't do it again. That's all I ask.
Combat sensor. What did I have in here?
Any opinions on Star Trek Picard? I've only seen season 1 of TOS. I'm going for the beginning.
Henrik Henriksen, the Darksaber gun was actually called that because the way it was designed made it look like a giant lightsaber hilt, and it pretty much was a joke. After all, its construction was funded by one cheap hut. Yep. Damage minus heat presumption.
Hey guys, would you go to the moon on a rocket built by the lowest bidder?
Yes, I did say Kamen Rider Double because I'm working on a review. It's just taken a long time because there's 49 freaking episodes. It's long.
Okay, there we go. I kept it on there. That's why it when it's bugging
have
everywhere.
Have I ever played Infamous? Well, my dear friend, I have an entire completionist review on Infamous over on my channel, Zenith Warrior Princess. Look for Should You Complete This Infamous? Hint, hint, plug, plug, wink, wink.
Let's see. I'm just
God,
swapping out weapons and see if we got anything better.
All this shilling is making me feel cheap.
Jacob Lerma, I've been watching The Simpsons on Disney Plus. What season should I stop? Your choice.
Your choice. I know that there's going to be later. I mean, some later season episodes are perfectly fine. It's just the early stuff holds up better. Striker 4, Sniper Rifle, Omnigel. I'm just Omnigelling a bunch of stuff here.
Let's see. I've seen Alien 1. Lewis showed it to me.
Yeah, we still gotta show you Aliens, don't we?
Yeah, you gotta show me Aliens, because I need to actually see that. The problem with Alien, it's a great movie. Pop culture osmosis has kind of ruined the reveals. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, Aliens just holds up really damn well.
Okay. Kessler is I'm not going to answer that because the Kessler thing is revealing. That's spoilers. I have not played the Old Republic. And did you see Firefly Funhouse match? I don't watch wrestling anymore. The Undertaker is the only one that matters in wrestling because he is a Halloween character.
Disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
Just blew up.
I forget, is O's right after double, guys? I'm my editor has the schedule for me. I don't actually know, but I know I'm starting with double.
Ruined Queen of Oblivion. If you like W, watch Kamen Rider Drive. It's by the same head writer, so you might like it.
Okay. The thing I love about double so far, and I don't want to give too much away for my review eventually, but it's film noir with Kamen Rider. It is great, and it has a really great comedic timing.
Restart required.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is pretty good, but the answer to this is, can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Diplomatic advisor warning: the following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the extranet. Further monitoring of the situation is warranted. My fellow biotic, you have been selected to receive the transmission because of our shared plight. Few understand us, few tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come, join us in the Hawking Eta cluster. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind.
It
Landrew?
is Landrew's will.
Oh, peace and love
tranquility,
be with you.
Friend.
Landrew commands it.
User alert. Landline connections are disabled.
You know, I was watching the
Peace.
season 2 episode.
Offline.
I was watching the season 2 episode. And I was thinking, you know what? If you love Landrew, you're gonna love Val.
Landrew is great. Landrew is great.
Are you not of the body?
I am not of the body.
You're not of the body. We're gonna
That's
just get
one
so
of the
much
greatest
traction at
moments
that.
ever.
It is so great. But yeah, my plan for Kamen Rider, double to Zio
Aha!
in story order, then go back to the older stuff.
I say that. Still can't say that.
Festival!
What was the festival? I don't know.
Oh, that's good. Are you from the valley? Do you have a place to stay? The red hour approaches.
I like how
Sebastian
they don't
Emon,
even
hey Lewis,
give
what
them
Lovecraft
time.
stories inspired you to make King of Worms and the Entity/Missing No? I just got into Lovecraft and have only read Call of Cthulhu. Okay, here's the thing. You mentioned Call of Cthulhu because that actually has kind of relevance here in that Missing Number, it's more the defeat of Missing Number comes from Call of Cthulhu because of this idea I had. I'm gonna retreat into a zone of relative safety because I think we're still in danger here. Because we can't save, unfortunately. Okay, so, as I was trying to think of a way to defeat the entity, because, of course, Lovecraftian God, I wanted to do it justice, I had this, the problem was, how do you defeat something like this when I'm just a frickin',
User alert. Main.
oh my god, okay. I gotta do that just because she's gonna keep yapping about the user alert. So there's that poem. About Cthulhu. Dead Cthulhu waits dreaming. So I got thinking about that phrase, Dead Cthulhu waits dreaming. Why is it dead? Why is it waiting? Why is it dreaming? What is it dreaming of? And I started thinking, you know, if these creatures are so powerful, so beyond good and evil and all that stuff, they're just like too super powerful beyond our traditional understanding of things, Why does it want to conquer? What does it care about conquering? What use does it have for conquest? What use is servants to it? Why does it care? Why would it want any of this stuff? So the more I thought about that, the more I realized it was kind of a very nihilistic mindset started drifting in, as I thought maybe he's dead and waiting because he realizes, wow, this is actually really pointless. like it slowly realized the utter pointlessness of its own existence of wanting to conquest. So I just had this image in my head of Cthulhu bones at the bottom of the ocean that, like, it just decayed over time because it gave up. So I translated that into a kind of a nihilistic message for it, like convince the entity that life is purposeless and meaningless, so it commits suicide. Or at least gives it some other purpose to have. We got a bunch of dollar super chats. As for the King of Worms, he actually doesn't technically come from Lovecraft. He comes from a story inspired by Lovecraft called The Nightmare Factory, which you can see on Longbox of the Damned. I did a review of the comic adaptation of this. I can't remember the name of the author who did it. He did this story about this weird town that has this weird tradition where people dress up like clowns. It's like for kind of a weird horror festival thing. But then, as he digs deeper into the town, he discovers, like, either, like, people transforming into giant worms. And so I had this, so as I saw this very weird sort of story, I started thinking in my head, what is it, if you were going to have the lowest of the low, what would you have? You think of a worm as the lowliest of creatures because it has no spine, it has no skeletal structure, it burrows in the ground all the time. So I just started thinking, but even among these creatures, there would be a leader. There would still be someone above them, thus the King of Worms. And thus the King of Worms being the weakest of the outer gods. Like he's still super powerful, he's still all that, but he's considered the lowliest of them because he's so weak, because he's like an ascended human. Even an ascended human, even at this level, is still below all these more powerful creatures. We are as worms to them.
I'm still waiting for you to do something with the Kabutops skeleton at some point.
I probably will at some point. Some people believe that the creature that we saw in between dimensions was that. It's not. That's inspired by something else.
Mike Manhattan, have you ever thought of doing Rob Liefeld's Captain America for a 4th of July special?
That's not a bad idea. I should think about doing that at some point. I'll let you guys get back to reading super chats and finding all those dollar ones, because I need to keep proceeding along here. The last thing I will say about King of Worms.
User alert.
Oh God! Just shut up. We get it. The last thing I'll say about King of Worms. I had a thought. It's gone now. Thanks, lady. Keep going. If I remember it, I'll say it.
Okay.
Ruin Queen of Oblivion. What about 01 and beyond the Renal era?
Reiwa era.
Reiwa.
Okay, so just to break it down for you guys, the reason I'm starting with Double is because this was what Mars Girl recommended for me as a starter series. So I'm going Double to Zeo, everything that blockade. Let's just get me used to Kamen Rider. Then I'm going back to the beginning, doing all that. Then I'm going to do the Reiwa era, like basically going forward. And in terms of movies, I'm going to be doing each individual movie after the series, unless it's crossover, because crossovers usually require knowledge of the previous series, so I'll do that on the second pass.
Area secured.
Alright, I had to step away for a second. Sir Straw Hat, sounds more like Schrodinger's Cthulhu to me, dead and dreaming. I saw one,
How may I assist you?
What are the landmines and where?
When emergency protocols were implemented within the hot
Tell me what happened here.
I'm sorry, but I need a more specific query.
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Command. I'm wearing
let's see here, it was, Gorn ZX. You remember that time when WWE and Hanna-Barbera made crossover films together?
How may I assist you?
God, that was so weird.
What are the landmines and
When emergency protocols were implemented within the hot
how do I reconnect the landline?
The router for the landlines
Operation directly controlled. Her will reconnect and reboot automatically. Okay.
That's all I need.
Very well.
Henymar Arnson, have you heard of the new High Republic series that's being worked on? I'm liking some of the things I've seen from it, but I'm not a big fan of the name. I fear it will be confused with the Old Republic.
I've not heard of this, so I don't know anything about it. Sorry.
Patrick Caulfield, Lewis, I think it would be such a waste to not at least try to do Egyptian lore with your cats, both for symbolism of cats in Egypt and your running joke of ancient Egypt.
Dun 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 dun. The problem is I don't think I can wrangle the cats to actually act properly in things with it.
Are offline.
And Adam Goss, speaking of the entity, your camera focused on a Spider-Man comic, and suddenly you had an idea for how to defeat the entity. What's the connection?
I'm assuming you haven't watched the actual episode where this happened. I mean, you probably just watched the storyline compilation video. It's possible you did or did not. But as a reminder, the review for that was Spider-Man: Planet of the Symbiotes, and in that Venom, I should say, managed to defeat all the other symbiotes that were invading Earth by basically transmitting its own psychic trauma, its own depression and anxiety into all the other symbiotes, so they killed themselves.
And
so hence Linkara gets the idea from that. And in fact, I was kind of sad when I read that for the review, and I was like, oh man, everyone's gonna think I ripped off this idea.
Captain Avenger, whoa!
Jesus.
Captain Avenger 93, hey Linkara, do we have worm sign?
Ursula, we have worm sign, the likes of which even God has never seen.
Is that everything? There was a lot of super chats.
I think that was it. I will be right back again.
All right, I'm trying to think what point I was going to make about the King of Worms. I remember now. In fact, the one thing that never translated really well about the King of Worms that I wanted to have with him was that I wanted his appearance to be slightly more worm-like. He's not supposed to have legs, and if you see the panning up, you see just kind of like the sheet or whatever we wrapped around Will kind of draped down like that. But the idea was supposed to be that you could not see any legs for him, that he was basically kind of a worm-like or Naga-like creature.
But yeah, I got a lot of things going on. Kamen Rider will happen. I pushed it back because Star Trek, I was into Star Trek, and the Daleks is only 7 episodes. Kamen Rider Double is 49. It's a lot.
A Naga, since Sir Straw Hat's asking, a Naga is a fantasy creature much like a centaur, except a Naga is a human top with a snake-like bottom. Kind of like Huts, but not usually that fat.
And I'm back.
I mean, he is called the King of Worms, so of course he has to look like a worm. Pretty much, yeah.
Can he do the worm?
Landline connections.
You know?
I would imagine so.
Passenger trams are offline.
We must exterminate.
Snack people.
I don't want to give too much about the Daleks review away, but God, I'm gonna have so much fun with this one.
Yeah, actually, I thought about it a little more, and I'm thinking, I like the episode with Vol from season 2. I'm not gonna say the episode title. I'm just trying to decide if you're gonna like it. So.
We'll see. What's your favorite universe, Star Wars or Star Trek? See, here's
Star
the
Trek.
thing. They're so different. Star Trek's so much smarter, and there's more of Star Trek, but Star Wars is so fun sometimes, and I grew up with it. I can't decide. Don't make me decide.
Don't make me choose!
Henrik Harrison, so the King of Worms is the Emperor Worm from one of those Dune games?
Yes.
And
Also, that's actually not just in the games. That's in like one of the books too. Like God Emperor of Dune, I think is what it is.
And we're looking for your super chat, Big Bot. Star Wars has more interesting aliens depending on the series because storyline.
Tell me what happened.
I'm sorry, but I need a more
Yeah,
specific.
come on, let's.
Very well,
How am I supposed to
Yeah.
fix this?
Star Wars has more interesting aliens if we're talking about the original series, but like I've seen some aliens from later Star Trek that are much more interesting than Star Wars ever gets into.
Let's see, Commander Grizzly, what are your thoughts on Star Wars Clone Wars Season 7 so far?
Not watched a single episode of Clone Wars.
Big
haven't
Bot
seen
CT, what is the worst comic you've enjoyed? Alternately, what is the best comic you don't like?
Best comic I've ever enjoyed that I've reviewed in this show. In terms of like the bad ones, probably US1 or Mr. T and the T-Force.
Mr. T and the T-Force is great.
Stream apparently just froze.
Yeah, it did.
Screen is frozen today. Yep, I'm all frozen. Do I have to stop and restart?
I'm gonna refresh the page. Hold on.
Wait, hold on. I got an updated image here.
There we go.
Why don't you tell the chat to just refresh the page if that's the case? And
Go
we're
ahead,
back. Just fixed.
refresh.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, that's weird. Nothing happened on my end, guys. I don't know what happened for you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Very strange.
What's my favorite W form? Heat metal, I think. I'm trying to see what we missed. Gordon's EX. I saw Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery. It was enjoyably stupid. Yes, it was. Would you like to live in what universe would you like to live in? Star Trek, Mass Effect, or Star Wars? I wouldn't want to live in any of those universes. There's a lot of danger. I want to be in the My Hero Academia universe.
I would love to live in the Star Trek universe. Free healthcare, free living, able to pursue your passions without actual fear of like needing to pay for stuff.
Landru
is the best argument. Robert Wilson, looking back at the King's death scene, I got the impression that his body was an illusion and the mask was the king that disintegrated when he died. That's not a bad interpretation. I could definitely see that. Although he did leave behind a body that he was able to that Linksano, did an autopsy on. Sir Straw Hat, we'll keep an eye out for you. Same for you, Captain Avenger 1983. 1R HPS fan, James A. Miles here. Did anybody catch the MST3K live riff this afternoon? I didn't watch because it seemed kind of goofy to be riffing on an episode of MST3K.
Yeah. I mean, I like the idea, but, I just want more MST3K.
Yeah. Just give us more MST3K. Why don't you just do a live riff of a bad movie or the movie they were doing it on? Neo232100, may I ask what Landru is? Landru is a villain in an episode of the original series of Star Trek with very quotable dialogue, hence why we keep quoting things from that episode called Return of the Archons.
Captain Avenger 1993, last question for tonight.
Stop, because apparently the stream froze again.
I'm still seeing it going.
It's going for me.
All right, then... Well, answer it out then, because we'll see if it improves for them.
All right, so it got a Captain Avenger 1993. Where is it? I lost it.
I got it. Last question for tonight. Will you be reviewing Marvel's Sulk?
No, because I actually really liked that series. I stopped reading it because it got in the middle of that Spider-Women crossover, and I lost track.
Sir Straw Hat. Well, now I have to say it. I was frozen today. Also, what did you think of Marvel retroactively removing / censoring cigars from X-Men reprints?
I am against that. I don't know why they would do that, but whatever. It's a dumb thing to do. There's forms of like censorship or changing. I say censorship. There's forms of alterations and edits to these kind of things that I approve of, especially if it's fixing something that was terrible among the initial print. But just removing cigars, come on. It's the frickin', E.T. taking out guns and replacing them with walkie-talkie things. Lily, are you just running in circles? Yes, I am. 7 from 7, Clippy VI is so bad, she's breaking the stream trying to help. Also, up the elevator behind the Clippy core for the last thing before hitting the tram. Okay.
Go home, YouTube, you're drunk. But yeah, lots of Kamen Rider, too much to do.
It's hitting me.
Bot, I think we answered that one. Favorite bad comic, most hated good comic?
Yeah,
most hated good comic?
Yeah.
Because favorite bad comic was Mr. T and the T-Force.
Yeah, that's my favorite bad comic, but I'm just trying to... I don't know.
Most hated good comic?
Why would I hate a good comic? I mean, even things that people find popular, I don't think are good, sometimes. I think the only difference, if I had to... Okay, basically anything by, I always forget his name. The writer behind Joker and, one of the writers of Future's End. Did Wonder Woman
Clippy-
for a while. I forget his name.
Darth Madara, Clippy is not a character. Clippy is from Windows, like way back when. It was an
Microsoft Word.
assistant.
The
It
virtual
was-
assistant.
It's
Brian
like
Azzarello.
Cortana.
Yeah, like anything with Brian Azzarello is very much a writer who is very talented. He writes stuff that is on a technical level. Nothing is actually wrong with it, but I hate all of them. I don't think they're any. I think the best one was like a short story he wrote that was a backup story for a few issues of another book. I mentioned this in the episode. Azzarello is not a bad writer, but I don't like anything he's ever written.
Okay.
Yeah, he wrote
Patrick
Dark
Gar-
Knight 3 Master Race. That's where I think I talked about him.
Patrick
Hang on one second.
Garfield.
Jacob Lerma, I could not find your super chat. I scrolled up to your original dollar, and I could not find a single chat you'd posted beyond that. So you'll have to repost it.
Unless we
Yeah.
already answered it and you just didn't see it. What's the goofiest editor censorship you three have seen in anything? Personally, for me, it's Marines carrying water guns in One Piece. Why is Liara using a rifle? I don't know. She has guns.
For me, it's...
As for weirdest piece of censorship, Lupa discovered this recently. Alison Pregler discovered that they censored the naked ass in Splash with just like digital fur tech, and it looked so bad.
The worst for me was the spring-loaded hammer in One Piece, because they censored out a gun into a spring-loaded hammer, and I still don't understand how that works. But even when they pull back, you can actually see it's a gun.
I personally am just gonna go with the rifles exchanged for walkies, because that might be the most pointless yet infamous change ever. Myriad Media Musings. I think this is our old friend Pio. Hey, Lewis, thanks for the retweet of my She-Ra vlog intro on Saturday.
No problem.
My DS9 update just finished season 2 of Cardassians. Loved it as the first Bashir Garrick episode.
Indeed. All right, the big announcement thing has stopped, so I'm gonna up the volume on Mass Effect again.
God, the volume thing.
It's just that message was just so loud.
Speaking of censoring, anyone remember Wicked Dick from One Piece?
I never watched One Piece, so these are all fascinating things to hear about for me.
There was a pirate that they put in a filler episode that was like filler only. They defeat the Dick Bandits with Wicked Dick, and Zoro defeats him by cutting him basically the spot where his Wicked Dick would be. It's great.
Wicked Dick.
Okay.
Oh, we're apparently gonna get moral choices coming up. Ah!
Between that and "How dare you point that slingshot at me," there's some really good lines in the dub.
Oh, wrong one. I was gonna resurrect her.
I'm wearing an environmental
Cousin of Big Dicks.
Big dicks, our mortal enemy.
Big Dicks must be brought to justice, as is Wicked Dick.
Wicked Dick.
It's just they clearly knew what they were doing.
I should save right here too while I'm at it.
Wait a minute, you had ice cream cake in the last live stream?
I did.
Huh. I must have fallen asleep during that part. Because I remember it during your 500th and your 100,000.
We took
Poison
a break from
suction
for it to
cups.
show an episode while I ate it.
I have not played Persona 5 Royal. I've only played Persona 5, so please no spoilers. I do like the image of the dance girl, but that's about all I know.
All right, guys, we're on a tram.
Yay.
Do.
Ooh, cutscene.
Now arriving at Rift
Or not.
Station, Binary Helix Research Facility.
Very blurry on board this tram.
I
Yeah,
banish you to the Shadow Realm. Have you been banished to the Shadow Realm today?
Moral choice, time to blade. We're apparently not having a moral choice yet.
I'm on a train.
The Asylum ripoff of Snakes on a Plane is Snakes on a Train.
Snakes on a Train.
I'm not even joking. That's a real thing.
Animals on things. What are PHS fans? The Dix cousins, the two most infamous criminals.
We are 5 years old.
There are too many dicks.
Too many dicks.
Too many
All right.
dicks.
So, question: what is the best Asylum film you've ever seen?
Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, because it features death by Snoo Snoo. Literal death by Snoo Snoo.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
777. I love these oddly rice ball looking jelly donuts.
Or I wonder, Pokemon is.
Myriad Media Museums. Oh, GSR, cool. You know it was me. Yeah, I changed the channel name when I decided to make it upload vids. Not comfortable using my real name.
That's
Appreciate
fine.
it.
That's fine, and yeah, we recognize it because you still have the same avatar.
Avatar.
Yep. If you want to change
and-
it, that's up to you, but your avatar is your choice.
And also, I don't know of anyone else who uses that particular currency.
Yeah, also PHP.
All right, I think we're about to have dialogue here.
Hopefully Big Dix doesn't get his hands on Lugu.
Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
Let me up the volume a bit for this bit.
I'd only be upset if they'd fired.
Even hopped up on stems, my people know the rule. 2 legs good, 4 legs bad. Look, you're human and that's enough that I won't shoot, but I'd like to know who you are.
Commander Shepard, Systems Alliance Navy. My crew came up from Hanshan.
Didn't figure you space jockeys liked getting mud on your boots. The aliens overran the hot labs last week. Only Han Olar got out, and he ain't all there anymore. The first we knew, the bastards were clawing into my command post. We had a lot more staff then.
You were taken by surprise and had civilians to protect. You did a good job, Captain.
Yeah? Sure as hell doesn't feel like it. The board sent an Asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
Benezia. Is she still over there?
I don't know. I don't see what one person could do.
A matriarch has the skill to keep herself alive for a long time.
There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. Can take you down to the hot labs. Oh, and if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
All right, do some super chats real quick before I start interrogating him.
There's a lot of super chats.
Patrick Caulfield. So the funny thing about the Shadow Realm censorship, for at least me, is I still thought people were either dying or getting tortured, so it failed in the attempt of censoring it.
I mean, pretty much, yeah. I mean, it feels like it might as well be dying.
Yeah, they did a bad job with that. Also, I mean, come on. Like, they clearly sent someone to the Shadow Realm. Remember the cloud guy?
I can see the parachutes!
Good thing this was a Sunday. Those buildings would be full.
Benjamin Hall, you ever see or hear of the movie with Amber Benson, who played Tara on Buffy, and Ron Jeremy?
I have not. Is Ron Jeremy
Straw
still
Hat.
alive?
I don't know. Sir Straw Hat, at Zen, invisible guns, changing wine to water, a reverse Jesus, poison suction cups, Ace to Trace, and of course the running Belmare's death scene.
Yeah, but don't forget the lollipop and instead of smoking, because smoking's bad, guys. But lollipops are good. It makes you look badass.
Jim Radloff, Zen, have you forgotten the greatest wrestler ever, Big Dick Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay, so Wicked Dick, Big Dicks, and Big Dick Johnson have to get into something together at some point.
The Dick Trio.
So many dicks.
It wouldn't be because, 2 of them are DIX.
Trilogy of Dicks.
Jacob Lerma, I never got Ray is a Marine SU thing.
Mary Sue
thing. I mean, she never beat Ben in a fair fight. The first fight they had, Ben was really hurt, and the
second battle,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Leia setup, or basically like, yeah, no, it's a weird thing. It's a bad thing. Yeah, she is not in any regard. It's actually something we were talking about, I think, beforehand, before the stream started. The fact that Ben, especially, is just so heavily wounded, Tricky Dicks. That's a good name too.
Also,
Yes.
don't forget the Wrath of Dickface Johnson. If you remember that episode of Nash's show.
All right, interrogation.
All right. So this facility.
Tell me about Rift Station.
I can't talk about everything. What do you need to know?
What kind of research is done here?
Beats me. I'm not supposed to know. So long as people don't start dying, it's not my problem.
What can you tell me about the aliens?
Ask Dr. Olar. He's the only one who made it out of the hot labs. He's the only Volus left in here.
I need to know more about the situation in the hot labs.
The facility's off the network. The only way to find out would be to send scouts down the elevator, and I won't send my people to their death.
Did the aliens come from inside the facility, or did they attack from the outside?
You want my personal opinion? Labs like that exist to do stupid crap that gets people killed.
I like this guy. Gorn ZX, the
Yeah.
worst censorship I've ever seen is Sailor Moon when they made the female couple into cousins. It was dumb and it made it worse. Yeah, I still love this because even I knew about about them censoring the lesbians into cousins thing with Uranus and Neptune. So like, there's a scene where they're like comforting each other. They leave the scene in where we like can't see their bodies or their faces, but their hands keep grasping and ungrasping, and it's just like, really?
They're clearly. Here's the thing. They fucking.
Yup! Benjamin Hall, Ron Jeremy is alive. Movie is called One-Eyed Monster. It involves an alien possessing Ron's detached unit. I've never seen the whole movie myself. Criminy. Also, I'm still amazed that Ron Jeremy is still alive. Holy crap. For those who don't know, Ron Jeremy is a infamous, and I say infamous, well-known porn star, even outside of porn circles, who apparently was famous for having a really big dick. Even though he was not conventionally attractive.
There's so many dicks. We got Dickface Johnson. We got big dicks. We got. There's so many dicks.
Man, this
In
stream
fairness,
is
the
so
guy does a lot of
demonetized.
cardio. Fair enough.
This stream is so demonetized.
Well, it was going to be demonetized anyway. It seems to be like that even if we don't mention anything.
Yeah.
Ron Jeremy was in Ghostbusters. I think he was, yeah. Don't go to the hot labs.
Well, you know what?
We got to go down to the hot labs and see if Ron Jeremy is there.
Since we're
it's the hot labs.
Since we're demonetized, COVID-19, quarantine, COVID-19.
There you go. Dick Dastardly stops to cheat.
You're certain the matriarch is still in the hot labs?
She hasn't come back here. You came through Central Station, so she ain't there.
Better name the stream Too Many Dicks.
How are your people holding up?
We weren't expecting the initial wave. They made it inside. We lost some good people. Those of us left are short-handed. We've kept order by long shifts and stems. I don't like it, but I don't see an alternative.
Someone says to talk to Han first,
I've got
so
work
we'll
to do.
find out. So we'll find
I
Han
hear
here.
that.
Does Han shoot first, though?
Hell! Man the perimeter!
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Go, go, go!
Oh, no, we're assaulted by dicks.
How can they cut the power? They're animals, man!
Man.
You haven't seen
Scorpions
Aliens. We gotta fix
Pikachu.
that, Zen.
What's that?
You haven't seen Aliens. We gotta fix that, man.
We
Or
gotta
fix that, Zen.
fix that.
Nathan
Scorpion.
Ottinger, Night of the Living Dicks.
Scorpions killed Pikachu, Becky.
Now there's an old chest. It amazes me how many of my lines from my videos you remember. The Eagles
my
killed
memory is very
Pikachu. Remember, short controlled bursts. God, we gotta show you Aliens.
Thanks for the help. Every few hours, a group comes up the tram tunnel. It's actually better since we locked down the elevator.
I'll do whatever I can.
I don't know why they keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
This whole thing is an Aliens reference. Let's see. 100 HPS fans. Don't know who yours is. Sir Straw Hat. Are there any of the critics' recent episodes they actually find to be enjoyable? I don't watch any of them.
I don't want to support the dick.
Yeah, I don't like supporting dicks.
He's the biggest dick of them all.
SKH Video Production. There's a burger chain in Seattle called Dick's. You can get them by the bag. Also, Super Chats won't let the word dick through.
Weird.
Eat a bag
Also,
of dicks.
Dick's Sporting Goods is also a place up here.
There is a place down here on the Riverwalk called Dick's Last Resort.
Yep, Dick's Last Resort.
Very well known for. Well, okay, if you know about it, then everyone knows what it's
There's
about.
there's one in the Mall of America.
It's the Dick Van
There
Dyke
is!
Show.
That's right. I forgot about that. Not that I would eat.
Is Shepard wearing black lipstick? Yes, she is. We made sure to. I think we made sure to add that in when we first created her. 777. Do the Rachni mostly come out at night? Mostly.
We
Any
can't
questions?
feed them after midnight.
Yes, Hudson. How do I get out of this chicken outfit? God, we gotta show you Aliens. So iconic. Such a great movie.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello,
That's
my
Spaceballs.
ragtime
That's a
girl.
totally different one.
I know. That's the only thing I know between Alien and that.
One of your favorite lines? You know what? The crayon delusion has convinced me. Go for it, horse. Carl Detlinger. Actually, last stream I watched, I think I asked Linkara if he liked Lego. I don't think he answered me, but GSR and the other person did. Yeah, I love Lego. We got a whole big thing of Legos. We haven't really used it, but our kids are going to use it someday.
And the other girl here,
yes,
likes Lego. Yes.
So we're supposed to talk to Han first, but I can't find a Han. There's this ERCS guards.
Yeah, my breathing.exe may not be working, which is why I'm not using my feminine voice, but I'm a girl.
There's a I think they said Han would be on the lower level or something like that.
Okay, so we'll keep an eye out.
I think, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
I mean, it's all we got. There's only 3 people in there. Benjamin Hall, Spaceballs is all you need to see of Aliens.
The first one, anyway.
My favorite bit from that is John Hurt. Oh no, not again.
Not again. And they got the same actor. I love it.
It was nice that they actually that he's such a good sport about it. There's more people in here. I just don't know. I don't think any of them are Han though.
He's in the barracks down the hall.
Gornsey X, you need to fix Lewis by showing him Emperor's New Groove. Myriad Media Musings. Lewis, regarding Want to Live in the Trekverse, isn't that the same universe that has space beings that screw with reality like Q, Trelane, Metrons, Regain, etc.? I'd be freaked out to live there. Yeah, but still, overall, it's good. Just don't be on a starship. Jacob Lerma, one of the arguments that Rey is a Mary Sue, she never had lightsaber training, she just uses a stick, was that Logat Sora from Kingdom Hearts is Mary Sue. He never had Keyblade training, just a toy sword. That's the point. Lightsabers are just sticks. It's just a sword. You don't need, sure you need training in it, but she knows how to use a staff, and she adapts over time.
Also, counter argument.
First door on the left.
Who cares? All these is a Mary Sue. Who cares? It's space wizards.
There is something to be said for certain things. It's just the idea that Rey is a Mary Sue is dumb. It is incredibly dumb.
Yeah, I just hate that it's brought up all the time.
This is a problem with Phantom Menace, actually, where they say that Anakin is so strong with the Force, but the only demonstration of that is that he can guess stuff on a space display screen. That's the implication of him being strong with the Force. They needed more demonstrations of that.
One RPHS fan, one more. Kick poop.
And besides, Anakin blew up a Trade Federation starship when he was 9.
Yup. I don't even mind that. And the high midichlorian count, which they made up for the movie. Anyway, I shouldn't talk more about Star Wars, especially in this one, because a lot of this is going to be brought up during the review itself.
Yeah, let's get off the Star.
Find out about them, didn't you?
All right, Han, let's talk with you.
You mean those things out there?
Yes. I'm the only survivor from the hot lab, you know.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the Rachni?
Rachni? That's preposterous.
You're involved in this. What can you tell me?
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
God!
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane?
I'm sane.
Insane in the membrane?
Could Matriarch Benezia survive in the hot labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
I need to know everything about the Rachni.
I told you all I can. We brought the Rachni back from the dead.
You could bring people back from the dead?
In retrospect, it was bad to practice. It was a bad idea to practice necromancy.
Look, I know it's bad for your chaotic neutral alignment check, but you brought someone back from the dead.
Justin, it was thinking back, maybe bringing the dead back to life wasn't so good a move. My bad, guys.
Okay, Rom.
I heard you were at the hot labs. How did you make it out alive?
I killed her.
Who?
Doctors on Muir. We were going to lunch when the alarms went off. I ran into the tram, and I closed the doors. She banged on the window once, then they sliced her to pieces. Her head came apart like a melon. I closed the door. I killed her.
Tell me what you know. I'll make your survival mean something.
I mean, they were right on his tail.
Absolution. There is none.
It's your fault.
Well, this conversation turned awkward. I can't believe I'm saying that in the same conversation where they said, "Oh, we brought the dead back to life." I read some super chats out. I think we've gotten through everything we can.
Sir Straw Hat, do you think LEGO will re-release some of the old Bionicle sets next year to commemorate its 20th anniversary?
I have no idea. I don't really know how big LEGO is about, bringing back old sets like that.
I hope so. I like Bionicle.
I still can't pronounce that.
Let me see.
Kyoji?
Kyoji Kashu.
Yeah, Kyoji Kashu. They think I'm crazy, but I know better. It is not I who am crazy. It is I who am mad.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm just angry. Anyway,
I haven't watched Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, the cartoon series, in forever. I really got to do that again.
Patrick Caulfield, I feel so bad for Jake Lloyd. The poor kid was given a chance to be Darth Vader. Who would pass that up? And the
I know, right? I feel so bad for him.
Brutal. They were utterly brutal to the poor kid. George Lucas should have been blamed more. I agree.
People are just bad to the wrong people. 7 Seraphim 7, it's not necromancy. They just found an egg that was in hibernation. The whole bringing them back is because it was thought the entire race had been made extinct centuries ago.
Well, they brought back some from the dead, obviously, because they couldn't have just had an entire race come out of one egg.
And Jim Radloff, best vocal slip ever, practicing red necromancy.
Y'all best rise and do my bidding. I need Doritos and Mountain Dew. Woo!
I don't think Jake Lloyd was a bad actor either. I think he was just given bad stuff. Much like I don't think the person who plays semi-adult Anakin in Attack of the Clones is necessarily a bad actor. Just wooden and given some really bad stuff to work with.
The egg was a queen. Oh, let us have our necromancy, damn it.
I'll be leaving now.
Would you stop making necromancy?
Why do we have to talk to Han first? It didn't seem like there was that much, necessary information in that.
Because Han shot first.
Gotta keep the mood light. I mean, if you don't laugh, you'll...
Kelly Marie Tran's character, Rose, sorry.
Call me Shepard. I'm a Spectre sent by the Citadel.
There aren't any human Spectres. Look, Plague doesn't care who you are. This lab is under quarantine.
Obviously, someone hasn't gotten the message.
Wolfie, I will not get off the stage. Because if I did, I'd probably break something else on my body.
Jacob Lerma, I'm surprised that Sora... I suppose I called Sora Mary Sue. I mean...
The proper term would be Gary Stew for Sora if you use it, and I wouldn't.
I mean, he never had proper sword training. Just played with toy swords. He could take on Leon and Cloud.
I never played Kingdom Hearts, so I know nothing about this.
Let's move past this part. In fact, never played
Straw
this
Hat.
again.
Sir Straw Hat. The same goes for poor Ahmed Best. He did not deserve all the shit he got and went through. I totally agree.
Yep, I bring this up. I bring this up in the review.
Myriad. I'm just gonna go with Myriad. Is there any instance of editorial mandate being a good thing? all times and editors in general are brought up in episodes make them seem like purely a bad thing.
It depends. Some writers work a lot better when they have a tighter editorial leash. Judd Winnick is one. Garth Ennis is another. Some writers just are better when you have somebody who stops them.
And the last one I saw was 7 Seraphim 7. If you want necromancy, just wait till the next game. Also, husks are technically just cyber zombies.
Also, Sigma, we know where the term Mary Sue came from. I hate that it's handied around at every drop of a hat. Moving on.
Sorry, I haven't had much sleep since the attack. Is there something you need?
I'm looking for an Asari.
Asari? Well, there's Dr. Ayalis over there. There's also our guest, Lady Benezia. Captain Ventralis might know where she is.
What sort of work do you do here?
I can't say. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we survive, I'd like to keep my job. The location is terrible, but the pay is better than any other commercial lab.
You're not happy on Peak 15?
The outside world doesn't exist here, just walls of ice and rock. There's only the work, the discovery.
Ah, Minnesota.
It's easy to forget why science is guided by ethics.
Oh, you betcha.
You betcha.
What do you know about the hot labs?
It's dang cold up in here.
Nothing. I didn't work there. As far as I know,
issued an accent the moment you moved there?
Yes.
I'll talk to you later.
Remember to report any suspicious noises.
Let's see here. Gordon ZX. Is the review going to be released tomorrow? Also, are you an angel?
Yep, I make a joke with that one. Otherwise, yes, part 1 is going to be released tomorrow. Like I said, this is another really long one.
Sir Straw Hat was asking me, I was saying something about Kelly Marie Tran's character, Rose. Yes. I was going to say, I didn't mind Rose at all, to be honest. Thought she could have been, any good old, just any character. But I will say this. Rose's theme that John Williams wrote for her is awesome.
John Williams' music is so good in all the movies.
Yes, it is.
Jacob Lerma, I meant to say no one called Sora Gary Stu, not me. Okay.
Gotcha. I understand what you're saying. Miss I came with a warm mug of cocoa and flannel.
Oh, yes. When I went to the Perkins, don't you know, they said, oh, you're moving to Minnesota. Well, here's your kit.
Of course, that same kind of thing can come from if you come from Letterkenny today. We gotta get you watching Letterkenny, too. It's about Canadian hicks.
For too many ding-dang years, and I just picked up all the things.
So what's
Is Fargo your favorite movie? No, in fact, my family hates Fargo. Especially because Fargo's not... Like, everyone thinks Fargo takes place in Minnesota. Fargo's in North Dakota.
The kit comes with, you got your jacket, because it's very cold. You got your Zaxby's is not real patch. You have your Perkins. You gotta have your Perkins membership and your free slice of pie. And, you got You Betcha. You got people saying sorry a lot.
Patrick
and
Caulfield,
a few other things.
Patrick Caulfield, another topic people keep claiming is plot armor. Every series has plot armor in some way. It's the ability of the writer to make drama and tension so that it doesn't feel that way, but everyone says it. Yeah, no, actually, plot armor I don't mind because plot armor can be really frustrating. Solo does have a comic adaptation, yeah. It's not part of prequel month, mostly because we only had 4 weeks, and it's more of a character prequel than it is like an actual Star Wars prequel.
Sebastian Edmund mentioning the actor who played Captain Panaka. You know, I would feel bad for him except for what he did with Episode 2. They wanted him back for that very brief moment at the beginning of Episode 2. And it was like one scene, maybe 2. He wanted the whole damn script. Like, you don't need that.
Yeah. Jacob Lerma, I tried to play Red Dead Redemption 2, but I dropped it after 2 hours. I never played it. One our HBS fan, do you think there are any actual bad actors in Star Wars?
Jar.
No. No. Honestly, no. I don't think there's any bad actors in Star Wars. It's always bad performances. Like, you look at a lot of these people outside of Star Wars, and you see just how talented they are. And especially if you give them the leeway to do the things they should be doing.
I'm not a big fan of Padme's actor.
Natalie Portman?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
I like Natalie Portman just fine. Again, now her performance in as an Amidala is terrible.
Yeah.
It is the weakest, and I think she was trying to distinguish herself from Padme, and whatnot, but it does not work, and it's just bad. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to this doctor here.
Okay.
What?
Wow.
You're a member of the science teams. Recently transferred.
Of course, don't you know anything about science?
You seem less upset about this situation than the others.
Really, she seems annoyed.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Why ask me and not your friend?
Because I do not know anything about the matriarch.
Then why would I?
You know what? Go back to your meditation.
Minnesota's right next to Canada. We're both nice, and most of us come from Canada.
Just wow. Wow, lady, just wow.
Wow.
Actually, I can pinpoint an actor who is not all that great in Star Wars. He's in Episode 3 as Anakin runs into the opera. There's that blue guy with the beard. Yeah, that guy's no good.
I also didn't like what they did. Like, on looking back, the trade dispute guys, bad actors and very racist. They
By
can
the way,
be.
Yeah, I bring up the accents issue in that I of course don't believe that he intended to be, but man, oh man, that was a bad creative decision there.
Yeah.
Dr. Palon, or Petrosi? No, Dr. Petozzi, that's it.
I welcome you. Cautiously, I am curious to know what
Uncertain. I know you did not mean to be racist.
Jacob Lerma, man, I hate the PC Master Race crowd. I mean, not everyone cloud buy their kid a gaming PC or build one.
I heard there were some problems.
I love these guys. I love these guys.
These guys are amazing.
I'm concerned about the state of our guards. Many have been awake for days. For now, with forces here, I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
Wow, this guy's a storekeeper.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventrellis.
Gee, Davey.
Speaking of computers, Nash is going to be helping me build my tower. And I asked him, can you make my tower into like an anime girl? And he said, oh yeah, there's a thing, and he showed me, and I'm like, yes, do that, because apparently there's a thing you can do.
Oh, criminy. All right,
By the way, for the for the people in the chat, yes, I was talking about that one character that the one character that George Lucas actually played. And he
played it. He played that.
He had a quick little cameo. Like I said, Anakin runs past him as he runs into the opera house.
I did not know that.
It's in the hallway. Look specifically in the hallway. So no, I'm not talking about the like the vice chair of the of the Republic. No, I mean this is like a drop-in character. So
do it, kill him, do it, shampoo it, fondue it.
Do.
Screw it. But yeah, I'm so excited. Nash is going to make me a magical girl, like tower computer, and it's gonna be awesome.
Stop resisting!
Stop resisting. I am the law.
Was I not supposed to do this?
I don't know, just kill everyone.
Stop resisting! So, I take it I wasn't supposed to do that.
Probably not.
It's the only thing I saved right there.
I'm not going to actually buy any of the new consoles because I have a ton of backlog that I need to get to.
Go back and talk to the captain, dude. Okay.
Yeah, might have been a whoops.
Might have pulled a whoopsie here.
It's okay. I'm German Shepherd. And yeah, I'm just saying, if you want to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs.
Stop resisting!
I'm on it.
I am here to help you!
Depressed sigh. German Shepherd's killing my friends again.
You had a problem too, Patozzi? I couldn't hurt you.
Stop killing my friends.
At least when Peter Jackson did that, he let himself get killed. And yes, he took the easy way. Could have helped people in the lab and gotten the key to the back door instead. Jacob Lerma, it bugs that people use George Lucas and Mark Hamill dislike of Star Trek as an excuse of their hatred of the new Star Wars movies.
Let me help you with some bullets.
Yeah, I'm gonna reload.
Let's reload. This didn't happen. Welcome to the multiverse.
After graduating Police Academy.
Okay,
let's try it again.
Whoops!
If you attack the turrets, you have to kill everyone.
We come in violence!
We come in peace.
Execute Order 66!
The Padawan who died was Lucas's son?
Yeah. Yeah, the one who jumps in front of Bale, and you know, takes out like a few clone troopers before getting killed. Yeah, that's Lucas.
Way to kill off your son.
Well,
I mean,
Sir Straw Hat, it was at this moment that Shepard realized she fucked up. Fucked up. You, as Bear would say, you fucked up. Don't fuck up.
Mind trick on the stream. The slaughter never happened.
This isn't the Elcor you're looking for.
Credits will execute Order 69.
Warp again.
Nice.
Execute Order 66.
Okay, so definitely not in this area. Nothing happened. It's fine. It's fine. Weapon misfire. It's fine. How are you?
It was a boring conversation anyway.
Actually, I like the next bit. Negative. There's a gas leak in here. Do not send anyone down. Large leak, very dangerous.
I know you'd have a cure by now. What do you want?
Yeah, it was a boring conversation anyway.
Were they attacked by the aliens?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
But you're going to, because I might be able to help.
And I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets. You know Mira, the VI for Peak 15? She handles the safety protocols for our experiments here.
Gilji Kashu, we thought we'd never get to meet you. Planet blows up.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online, the automatic equipment wouldn't work. We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These three were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
What about Order 34?
I understand your caution, but I need details. What you say won't go beyond these walls.
It's a bioweapon.
Wasn't one of the orders to take out the Chancellor?
They wanted something that could kill the creature, but there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. We kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Thoros B is highly infectious, but can't pass from one person to another, like a biowar attack without a pandemic spread.
Do you imagine that distinction makes this ethical?
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another, and we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
Damn right I can't, but I'm more like, they don't want it? They want it to affect more species? That's a dumb idea. You want a kind of weapon that only affects one species. That way you can clear out the your horrible bigoted thing, and it won't affect you. That's a good thing to only limit the species. Man, politicians really are dumb. Myriad Media Musing. So did anyone read or own these William Shakespeare Star Wars books? You can't appreciate Star Wars unless you read it in the original Shakespeare. My brother had one or two of those.
My friend had it. It's the something doth awaken. Like it's really nice.
Mike Manhattan, have you ever heard Grant Morrison tell the story about how he talked to a Superman cosplayer as if it was actually Superman? Ironic, seeing as Morrison looks like Lex Luthor. I never heard that story. Was there a super chat before then?
There was a few.
I think so. There was a
I
few.
saw one RHPS fan. Wait a minute. This wasn't supposed to be the no Russian mission in space? And then Sir Straw Hat just asking me, who's the better trooper, Cody or Rex? Rex.
Is there a cure, Doctor? A treatment?
Our first priority was getting it working. We were close to synthesizing an antidote when Mira went down. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
Talk to you later.
I hope you can.
Here's the thing.
All right, we're gonna get into that quarantine lab with the help of the captain, and then we're gonna call it quits for the night, I think.
Quarantine. I wonder if Order 66 was one of the 100 initiatives that the Illuminati started.
It's a restricted area. Quarantine barracks.
Order 2 is do not talk about Fight Club.
SKH's Veto Productions. Have a blast. Click, click. Where's the kaboom?
There was supposed to be earth-shattering kaboom.
Jacob Lerma, please post your super chat so we can get that out of the way. Captain Ventralis.
Something you need?
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but we can't risk contamination now.
Winter Swede, I found some Cuba Cola. Nathan Ottinger, yes, there were several, I believe. Order 65 and others were there in order to take out the Chancellor. That is partly why the Empire doesn't use clone troopers anymore.
Winter Swede did not find Cuba Cola. He found the knockoff Cuba Cola.
Sir Straw Hat, I'm the government. I'm the government. I'm filled with bloats and perks. I'm the government. I'm the government. I'm the reason nothing works. Also applies to our current predicament. Indeed. Let us risk it.
Yeah,
We're not part
don't
of
get
your
me
defense
started
plans.
on that.
We're consuming
Stupid
extra rations,
government.
extra metagel.
Yeah, but you also have extra guns. All right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll lock the door behind you. He'll run a full scan before he'll let you out. If there are any anomalies, you stay in there.
Those are reasonable precautions.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know. Good luck.
Order 64 was not invite Carl from accounting to all the Death Star parties.
Carl, that kills people.
I do not kill people. I am a reasonable Jedi.
But then what's all this red stuff in the boat?
Boat nectar.
Would you believe God's tears?
Jacob Lerma, it bugs me that Star Wars fans say there are only 6 movies and new movies are not canon. If you like new movies, you're a fake fan. Yeah, gatekeeping sucks. Alright, was this the restricted area?
All I will say is...
start shooting you.
Shh. Let people like and not like things. That's all I'll say.
Captain Avenger. There. Sure glad I don't look stupid in this.
I forgot to add that into the review. I'm looking out for places to actually put glad I don't look stupid in this joke for Queen Amidala, because I forgot to actually write one into the script. I'll find a place to insert it, I'm sure. It's just like, damn it, why did I think of that?
Phrasing, Lewis.
Sometimes I forget to put my recurring gags in. I just don't think of it.
You know what? To be totally honest, I like the version you did for the DVD versus the actual one.
Where I put on a bunch of goofy clothes.
Yeah, up to and including the Season 1 TNG uniform.
Yep. God, that outfit is so uncomfortable.
Watchdog protocol is
Order 505, that's when you get 2 BLTs and a Whopper.
Yeah, I talked to the guard, I think, in order to get in there.
Gotta smoke? We're all out.
I'm gonna save here again.
Just because it's useful doesn't mean it's practical.
Go back to Han. Why isn't the guard?
Romith Way.
Rhymany.
Crying out in a bean.
Order 420. Chill. Oh, wrong place. All fan bases can get bad. There's no one fandom has a monopoly on being terrible.
Every fan base can be good, and everything has the capacity to be both terribly evil and very, very good. All you have to do is not be a dick. That is the lesson of the stream. Don't be a dick.
Indeed, and I don't want my fan base to be terrible either. And I will, and rest assured, I will read you the riot act if you're a dick to people, all that jazz. Don't be gatekeeping. Don't be assholes. We want more people to enjoy stuff. Let people enjoy stuff. Also, sometimes sometimes don't let people enjoy stuff if they're being terrible.
Hey, look, it's the order 426. When in doubt, just shoot the damn thing.
As they say in Batman and Robin. All right, everyone, chill.
How can I get into the maintenance area?
Chill.
A team lead would have access, like Dr. Cohen. He's in the medical bay.
But killed the dinosaurs.
Oh, he's in the area. In here. Okay, I gotta find who the hell we gotta talk to. And then we're gonna call it a night once we get in there.
Order 202 is Snow-Cola Factory.
Sir Straw Hat, execute order 8675309.
9.
I couldn't figure out how to stretch that out.
Order 8675309.
I love that because they actually had to discontinue that number because of the song.
I have Ventralis' permission to go in there.
Yeah, he radioed. He also said you have to prove you're not contaminated to get out. You got a death wish? You should
Patrick Caulfield, Lewis to his Toxic fan, and you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Okay, so it's not that area upstairs.
Did she look like a bitch? Did she look like a bitch? Looking for Jacobs.
Yeah, let's just see if we missed it.
You're nearing the 150 item limit.
Oh, the song didn't dox someone, it just, people kept calling that number.
Let's see. It's up Shock Trooper and Intimidate. It's always good to be intimidating.
There was also, I think, I forget the movie, but there was a phone number that had to be discontinued in a movie. It was because there was like a fake, like a joke of a porn number on there, and I don't remember what it was.
Execute order. Say what again?
Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker.
All right, it is 10 o'clock, guys. Mike Manhattan, get your super chat written out very quick. Go right now because we are calling it a night here. We'll be back on Saturday. Mike Manhattan, Grant Morrison also said the Amazon ships in his Wonder Woman Earth 1 book were designed to look like clitoral hood, because of course he did. Gotta love that 60-year-old Scottish weirdo. I believe that.
Execute order 24601.
Alright, execute order 65000. No wait, don't. That is a terrible order. Mike the G3, execute order 102. All right, guys, we are calling it a night here. Thank you all for coming out again for more Mass Effect. We will be back next week. In the meantime, Monday, May the 4th, we will have part 1 of the Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace comic adaptation review. We just have a stream of just Zenith saying random things.
What do you mean? I say nothing but the truth. The truth
is execute
big
order.
Dicks.
Sorry, go ahead.
The truth is big dicks.
Jacob Lerma says we missed his super chat. Can you scroll up real quick and get that?
Yep. There we go. I went to Galaxy Edge to see the kids dress up as Rey. It made me happy that kids do not care about the online BS.
Damn right. There's going to be a generation of kids who grow up with the sequel trilogy as their first movies, and that brings me happiness.
Agreed.
All right, everybody.
Execute order 3.141595.
Execute order. Good night, everybody.
Stop that. It's silly. Good night.
Thank you, Zen. Thank you, Game Show Reviewer.
Thanks for having us, Lois. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.